Stop the freaking tape. You're looking at the all-new, just-dropped 2026 Toyota Hilux, the truck the entire world envies, the legendary pickup that Toyota refuses to sell us here in the States. And I'm telling you right now, the base model, the one that will run for 1,000,000 miles and haul a literal ton, is expected to start at a price that would make you sick with jealousy. You could buy the top-of-the-line version of this, the one with the leather, the massive dual screens, the full hybrid electric powertrain, for less than what your buddy just paid for a used 4-year-old Tacoma. Yeah, you heard me, less than a used Taco. This is the global king of pickups, finally getting the royal redesign it deserves, and we are on the outside looking in, green with envy, while the rest of the world gets to play with this magnificent beast. We need to talk about why this truck is not just a facelift, not just an upgrade, but a full-blown automotive masterpiece that makes every single midsize truck in the US look like a sad beige minivan. And why, oh why, Toyota keeps this absolute fire from American driveways. Trust me, you need to see this. Hit that like button if you are already mad that you can't buy this, and let's dive into the 2026 Toyota Hilux. Forget everything you think you know about the Hilux being a purely utilitarian work mule. This 2026 model, it's been to the gym, had a session with a top stylist, and came out looking like a certified brawler ready to throw down with anything on the road. Toyota calls the design language Cyber Sumo, and honestly, that's just perfect. It's bulky, athletic, and somehow surgically precise. Let's start at the front, because this is where the transformation is a straight-up mic drop. The old face was kind of chunky, kind of fine. This is a menace. You've got these razor-thin, sleek LED headlamps that look like the eyes of a predator staring you down. They're connected by a strong trim piece, and on higher grades, they flow into C-shaped LED daytime running lights. It makes the whole front end feel incredibly wide and low-slung, even though it still rides higher than your mortgage payment. Then there's the grille. It's no longer some shy, recessed piece of plastic. It's a huge, vertical, honeycomb-patterned black void that dominates the fascia. It screams, "Get out of my way." Instead of a little Toyota badge, they've stamped bold Toyota lettering right across the center. It's a classic, retro-inspired move, but on this aggressive new platform, it looks ridiculously cool. Below that, the bumper is a study of purposeful aggression. We're talking massive air intakes on the sides and a seriously muscular skid plate underneath that isn't just for looks. This truck's approach angle is ready to climb the sheer face of the Grand Canyon. Moving around to the profile, this is where you see Toyota keeping the things that work, but making them better. They've stuck with the legendary IMV body-on-frame platform, which means the overall length and height are pretty familiar, about 5,320 millimeters long, which is roughly 209 inches, right in the sweet spot of a Ford Ranger or Chevy Colorado. But the details, man, the details. The wheel arches are now squared off, giving it that super macho, tough truck stance. The tires, especially on the ready, rugged X trim, are big, meaty all-terrains that look like they could chew through concrete. They've even added an integrated step behind the rear wheel on the higher trims, a smart engineering move that improves utility. The body lines are sharper, more sculpted. It looks less like a jelly bean and more like a tool. And finally, the rear end. This is where they've really stepped up the game and made a direct, jealous-inducing comparison to what we have here. You've got these massive, vertically oriented C-shaped LED taillights. They're sharp, they're distinctive, and they modernize the whole rear. Again, big, embossed Toyota lettering on that tailgate. You will not forget what this is. The bumper is chunky, capable, and ready for work. Seriously, look at this thing. It has the aggressive stance and modern lighting of a Ram, the no-nonsense utility of a Ranger, but with that classic Toyota dependability baked in. If you put this Hilux next to the new Ford Ranger, you'd be forgiven to think the Hilux was the premium American truck. We are being robbed. Okay, take a breath, because if the exterior made you envious, the interior is going to make you legitimately mad at your own domestic options. The old Hilux interior was utilitarian. The 2026 Hilux, though, it's a straight-up luxury lounge inspired by its big, beautiful cousin, the Land Cruiser Prado. We're talking a full-blown technological and comfort revolution. The first thing that hits you is the sheer amount of screen real estate. Forget tiny little displays. We are talking dual 12.3-inch displays dominating the dash on the higher spec models. One is your new, fully digital, customizable instrument cluster. Say goodbye to analog gauges. The other is a huge, crisp, multimedia touchscreen sitting right on top of the center stack. This thing is the Nerve Center, boasting the latest gen multimedia system with full wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Finally! But Toyota knows its audience, right? It's a work truck, so below that huge screen, they've kept the physical buttons and knobs for the climate control. You don't have to stab at a screen 15 times just to turn on the defroster when you're wearing work gloves. That is smart design. Look at the dash. It's been redesigned to be flatter and more horizontal, which Toyota says gives you better forward visibility. Huge for off-roading. The materials are finally getting an uplift. We're seeing premium leather-accented upholstery, metallic accents, and soft-touch materials where your arm rests. It's not just durable, it's comfortable. The new front and rear seats have been totally re-engineered for better support. On my dream spec, the driver's seat is an 8-way power-adjustable unit with lumbar support. That's a game changer for long hauls. The steering wheel is also brand new, and get this, a steering wheel heating function is available. My pickup friends here in the US who spend half the winter scraping ice off their windshields would kill for that. Let's talk tech that matters. It's got a wireless charging pad because cables are so 2025. The rear passengers get USB charging ports. No more fighting over the one and only cigarette lighter adapter. And they finally introduced an electric parking brake with auto hold. If you've ever held a truck on a hill with a manual handbrake, you know why that's a small but glorious detail. The center console is wider, more rigid, and has a bigger storage bin. They've nailed the brief. Legendary toughness, but finally first-class comfort and technology. So we've established this thing as a beast, but is it a family beast? In the double cab configuration, which is the only one you'd buy if you had kids, it's a 5-seater. While the back seat is still one of the more snug in the global midsize segment, those newly developed rear seats and the fact that you now get rear AC vents make a massive difference in long-haul comfort for the family. As for that legendary practicality, they've kept the 1-ton payload capacity and the large usable tub. Hidden storage? Under the rear seats is where they've ingeniously stashed the battery for the mild hybrid system, keeping it protected and not compromising cabin or bed space. Smart engineering 101, Toyota. Hey, if you're watching this and secretly plotting how to import one, drop me a comment right now. #HiluxEnvy. I want to see how many of us feel betrayed by Toyota North America. All right, let's get down to the brass tacks. What's actually moving the Cyber Sumo down the road? And this, my friends, is where Toyota has thrown a multi-pathway party. The bread and butter is the venerable 2.8-liter 4-cylinder turbo diesel engine, which everyone outside the US relies on. But now it's paired with a 48-volt mild hybrid system. This provides assistance to the engine during acceleration, and crucially, it massively improves fuel efficiency, especially in city traffic. This thing still cranks out a healthy 201 horsepower and a massive 369 pounds-feet of torque, the kind of low-end grunt you need for serious work and towing up to 3,500 kilograms, which is about 7,700 pounds. The headline grabber is the full electric EV model, badged at the Travo E in some markets. This bad boy has a 59.2 kilowatt-hour battery pack and dual motors for full-time AWD. The claimed WLTP range is just over 300 kilometers, about 186 miles. And just to rub it in, Toyota has confirmed they will also develop a hydrogen fuel cell electric vehicle Hilux slated for 2028. Hydrogen, a work truck that emits only water. While we're over here waiting for a PHV Tacoma, the rest of the world is getting a hydrogen-powered pickup. It's a powertrain smorgasbord, and we're stuck with a bowl of beige oatmeal. The Hilux has always been known for its body-on-frame toughness, and the body structure has been refined again with new front rail extensions designed to absorb impact better. But the real upgrade is in the tech. This 2026 Hilux gets the latest expanded suite of Toyota Safety Sense. We're talking pre-collision safety, autonomous emergency braking, AEB, detecting pedestrians and cyclists, active cruise control, and lane departure alert and lane trace assist that is precise and effective thanks to the first ever electric power steering system, EPS. They've even got road sign assist and auto high beam. But there's a new feature that is a genuine game changer, cabin detection alert. It uses a radar system to detect passengers in the rear, meaning pets, kids, or even just gear, and notifies the driver when they exit the vehicle. It's a proactive measure against those absolutely tragic hot car incidents. It's smart, it's simple, and it should be mandatory in every vehicle. With this level of tech and the structural improvements, this is definitely going to be a 5-star pickup. Toyota is not playing games. They want this to be the safest, toughest truck on the planet. Okay, you've seen the killer looks, the 12.3-inch screens, the mild hybrid performance, and the full EV option. You know we don't get it, and you know you want it. This is the moment. Prepare your tissues for the tears of bitter, agonizing envy.
Remember how I said you could buy the top spec home for less than a used Tacoma? Based on the global reveal, the brand new base model 2026 Toyota Hilux, the one that the legendary diesel engine is expected to start at an equivalent of roughly $28,000 US. And the top of the line, all the trimmings, 48-volt mild hybrid full spec model, you're looking at an equivalent of $45,000 to $50,000 US. Let me say that again. $50,000 for the toughest, most advanced, most reliable mid-size truck in the world. The 2025 Ford Ranger Raptor starts at $55,000. The new Toyota Tacoma Pro, good luck finding one for less than $50,000. The Hilux, the world beater, is cheaper and in many ways more capable than the trucks we're allowed to buy here. This is a masterclass in price-to-feature ratio, and it's why everyone else in the world drives them and loves them, and why we sit here envious, jealous, and demanding Toyota let us in on the fun.
So there it is, the 2026 Toyota Hilux. A cyber Sumo brawler on the outside, a Land Cruiser-inspired lounge on the inside, and a full-spectrum powertrain menu with diesel, hybrid, and EV. It has the technology, the durability, and a price point that makes the competition absolutely sweat. But we can't buy it. And that, my friends, is the tragedy of the global automotive market. My question to you, the Drag and Drive family, is this. If Toyota dropped the Hilux onto American soil tomorrow, would you ditch the domestic lineup, your Ranger, your Tacoma, your Colorado, and buy the global king? What do you think? Future family car or a future flop? Drop your thoughts below. I want to read every single one of your angry, envious comments. And if you loved this deep dive and you want to see more vehicles the US doesn't get, then you know the drill. Don't forget to subscribe, because next time we're looking at the insane rally-bred Subaru Forester that Japan gets, and it makes our Forester look like a literal toaster oven. Thanks for watching, you magnificent dragons. See you next time.